sync. Hey guys, in this video let's talk about Google authentication with Firebase in your Ionic 2 applications. I've already done a couple of videos covering Facebook, Twitter and email authentication. I'll leave a link to those videos in the description below. And a lot of guys were asking me, when are you going to do a video on Google authentication? It seems like a tedious process. Kindly do a video and help simplify it and all that. So I thought why not, let's just let me just go ahead and make a video. And here it is, guys. So first let's get started. So I have just scaffolded out an Ionic 2 application as usual, and here it is available. First, what I'll do is I have already done a video on how to do Google authentication in your Ionic 2 applications. I'll link that also in the description below. We'll be following almost a similar process, so I'll be running through the first few steps. If you want more clarity on that, kindly see that previous video that I made. So first, what I'll do is we are going to make use of this plugin, Google Plus plugin. So you need to add it in such a way that Ionic plugin, add Cordova plugin Google Plus variable reversed client ID and this client ID, right? We need a client ID. For that, what you need to do is get to console.developers.google.com, create a project. You'll get a dashboard like this. Here I have a project called my app and I have a dashboard like this. And in that dashboard, kindly click on library, and here there will be a Google Plus API. Click on it and click on enable. Here I have already enabled, so it's showing it as disabled. But for you, if you are trying it out new, it will show as enable, and you need to click on it. And after clicking on it, come to credentials. I have already enabled it here, guys, and do create credentials. Okay, if you create, I'll create a new one for you guys. In this create credentials, choose Auth client ID. Here give it as web application, web client 3, since I've already created 2. And if you notice, leave this one. This is for I'll talk about it at a later point of time. This is for JavaScript origins. Anyway, we need a authorized redirect URI, and we are going to be giving a URL that will look like this. It will show you. This is the one that I already created, and the URL will look something like this, guys. Okay. Now, if you notice, we are giving an app ID here, right? So we need an app ID. For that, what we'll do is we'll just give Ionic IO init. Okay. We are just initializing our application in the Ionic IO cloud services, that is Ionic cloud services portal. I have it open here, and if I click on refresh now, FB Google, right, or app name. Here I can see FB Google, right? Click on it and click on settings. Click on user auth. Here is where you need to give the Google Plus client ID and secret. So what I'll do is go to this thing and Ionic config.js. App ID is available here since we gave Ionic app IO init, and I am copying this, getting into Google. I'll create a new one for you guys. Click on Auth client ID, web application, web client 3, and copy this entire thing. This entire thing, paste it here. Okay, and click on create. Okay, it's created and it's giving me a client ID and client secret. I'll delete these once this video is created, so there's no use in using the same. First, I'll copy this, paste it here for later use, and then copy this client secret as well, paste it here again for later use. Click on OK, go to my apps, and then here I will click on setup. Here it's asking for the client ID and client secret, right? I'll paste the client secret, paste the client ID as well, click on enable, and it's showing a small flare or badge or whatever as active, right? Okay. So that's it. We have now set it up in our Ionic IO portal, and we have also created a credential or Auth credential in our developers console in Google. So now let's start with the actual coding. Okay, get into source, or before starting the actual coding, let's first install the plugin. What was the format? Ionic plugin and this entire thing, right? My reversed client ID, so I need to reverse the client ID, which is here. com.google user content dot apps dot, and I'll give this entire thing, and I need to copy this and paste it here. Reverse client ID, right? I'll paste it here. Okay, this will add our plugin. Meanwhile, we'll just increase the font size. Get into apps, pages. I have a home page and a login page, so let's configure the login page. We'll just have one button that says Google Auth, and that's enough, right? So button, Ion button, click Google Auth, sign in with Google. Okay, slash button. Very simple piece of code. And login.ts, is this installed? Yeah, this is installed. So I'll get into app.module.ts first, and then add it as a provider. Import Google Plus, I guess, Google Plus from @Ionic native. Oh, I didn't install the wrapper. npm install @Ionic. Okay, let this get installed. @Ionic native Google Plus. Okay, and add it as a provider, Google Plus. Okay, nothing fancy, guys. I'm just installing the plugins and the native wrapper, that's all. And I'll get into login.ts, import Google Plus again here from @Ionic. Okay, and here what I'll do is public Google Plus. Okay, and here I'll have one what was that I had? Google Auth. This dot Google Plus, sorry, Google plus, not this dot, yeah, this dot Google Plus dot login. We won't give any options as of now, and if this is successful, then response alert JSON or login success. Okay, and if this is not, catch error, sorry. Okay, very simple piece of code, guys. So yeah, we have done it so far. We have just install the plugin, install the wrapper, and then we are trying to log in into Google with a single button. That's all you are doing. If the login is success, it will show login success, and also maybe redirect us to home page. And I need to get into app dot here. I need to give my login page, right? Save this. Okay. This is done. I get into app.component.ts. Here give it as login. Okay, now it will take me by default to the login page, and upon successful login I will simply set the home page as root. Okay, it will take me to the home page. Now if you run this application as it is in your mobile device, you will get a 12501 error. So in order to avoid that, what we need to do is we need to create a that error is mainly due to a SHA mismatch. So let's just go ahead and using our key tool, we will create a debug Keystore, which we'll be making use of in the I'll show you guys. If you remember, in our previous video we created an SHA1 string and then used it in the developer console in Google. So now that we are using Firebase, let's see how to do it. So I'll copy this and then paste it here. See, you have a SHA string here, right? I'll copy or leave it as it is now, and then get into your Firebase application. In your Firebase application, if you just click on overview, and now I have already added an app, guys. That's why it's looking like this. If you hadn't added any app to your Firebase account, then it will show 3 small round symbols like this. Wait, I'll show you. It will show 3 symbols like this, iOS, Android and web. Click on Android, and here it's asking for your Android package name, right? You will get your Android package name from config.xml. So copy this again, go here, paste it, and then here you just give my Google Auth. It's a nickname only, it's optional. And then here they are asking for the SHA1, right? There what you need to do is copy this entirely, paste it here. Oh, sorry. And then click register app. Okay, now the app is registered. Click on continue and click on finish. Okay, now what you need to do is we'll simply try running the app on our mobile device and see if it goes fine. So I'll give Ionic run Android. Yeah, so we have our application, and so far so good, right? Let's just click on sign in with Google and see what happens. Before saying that, kindly ensure that in the sign in method tab you have enabled this Google sign in, guys, otherwise it won't sign in. So let's go back to, see, we get the alert message as login success, right? If you remember, that's what we wrote here. Where is it? If the login is successful, then it should show login success and it should redirect back to the home page, right? So I'm clicking on OK. Let's see if we can also see that it goes back to our home page. So the app we have written so far works fine, and what we have achieved here is Google Plus authentication using the Google Plus native Ionic native plugin. So now if you there is no Firebase involved here, right? That might be your question, I understand. If you notice here, if I click on users, I don't see any Google Plus user, right, in the providers. But the reason why I'm leaning forward is if I connect my mobile, then I can't use my mouse, guys. Both are USB devices, and this laptop has around like three ports, I think. One is connected for the keyboard, one for the mouse, and one for the audio recorder. So if I remove the mouse and then connect my mobile, then you get the idea, right? Sorry guys, that's why I'm leaning forward. I am just saying that to you. Anyway, the providers, right? We don't see a Google Plus authenticated provider. This is because we are just simply making use of the Google native plugin and not registering it with our Firebase account. So how to make use of Firebase authentication, how to bring Google authentication in Firebase. So let's do that now. What we need to do is, first we will go here, stop this screencast so that my laptop doesn't get stuck in between, and then open up the code. We will install Firebase. Clear npm install Firebase. Save. Let this get installed. We'll go to app.module.ts. Import. No, we won't import it here. We'll import Firebase from Firebase, and then we'll take this web setup here. Copy this entire thing. Paste it here. Or instead of using the Firebase initialize, we'll make use of Angular Fire 2, which is another useful module. So this is installed, right? npm install Angular Fire 2, save, and here I will import Angular Fire module from Angular Fire 2. Okay, and here I will give Angular Fire module dot initialize app config. Okay, save this and navigate to login.ts. Import Angular Fire format. And then here I will fire Auth. Okay, and inside this, first I will initialize this, otherwise we will get an error. So public AF Angular file. Okay, and then inside this, what I'll do is if this login is successful, it will return some values, guys. I haven't shown that values, and if I don't assume that it will return some values like the email ID of the logged in user and his name, his display profile picture, and stuff like that. So what we need to create a Firebase credential is an ID token. So to get that ID token, we need to pass some data. We need to pass an option in this while we are trying to log in with this plugin. So to do that, first we will pass in that thing. So let's go here, see what we have to pass in. Yeah, it's a web client ID. So we need to get the ID token. So see, it's given here, right? To get an ID token on Android, you must pass the web client ID. Web client ID, right? And the web client ID, I have it here. My text editor. This is the one. So I'll paste it here, save this. Now we'll get back an ID token which we can make use of for Firebase logging in. So we'll remove this alert login success, and instead of this const fire credentials equal to firebase.auth. Google Auth provider, sorry guys, Google Auth provider dot credential, and we will pass in the ID token. ID token will be res.id token. Okay, very simple piece of code. Once this is created, what we will do is we'll log in into Firebase. Firebase dot this dot fireauth dot sign in with credential. We will give the fire creds. Once this is successfully signed in, then response, and we'll give this here, paste it. If not, I'll catch the error and I'll throw an alert message saying Firebase auth failed plus error. Okay, very simple piece of code. What I'm doing is I'm creating a credential using firebase.auth.google auth provider credential, and I'm making use of that token which I'm getting from the while I'm logging in using the Google Plus login plugin, the native plugin. Then what I'm doing is I'm signing in with that credential, so that I sign in as a Firebase user. I'm in simple terms, I'm simply linking this authentication process which I'm doing with Google Plus to Firebase, guys. That's all. So if you see what I have done here, then I think you'll get a better understanding rather than me talking about it. So let's run this app and see what it does. So yeah, here we go. So let me just click on sign in with Google. See, it took us to our page, right? So this just means that our sign in was successful, and if our sign in was successful, then credential would have been created with Firebase and the user would have been registered with Firebase as well. Let's check the user section of Firebase. Hopefully it should be there. I'm giving too much build up. Yeah, here it is, guys. Now I think you would have understood, right? Earlier when you signed in using this Google Plus plugin, the user was not registered in your Firebase account, right? But now you can see that the user automatically gets registered with Firebase as well, which means that now you can use this sign in with Google as an option in your Ionic 2 application, which has a Firebase backend. So I think you would have understood it a bit clear, guys. This is what I wanted to show you guys today. If you like this video, kindly hit the like button. If you found this video helpful, kindly subscribe to my channel and share it with someone else who is struggling with this as well. So yeah, guys, this is what I wanted to show you guys today. If you want to watch more videos like this, kindly support me on my Patreon, or just share, tweet about it, and spread the love, guys. That's it, guys. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.